Hello, welcome back. And today is Labor Day Eve, so September 3rd, I think. I think that's what today is, Sunday. And I went to work. Okay, I mean I didn't have to, but it's a volunteerism. I went to work and got some job done. And so I thought about something to talk about yesterday, last night. I wanted to talk some more, but nothing came to my mind. So I guess what we can talk about is some causation. What's the so we have a lot of problems as we humanologists, you and me, see as problems. Some people don't think they are problems at all, like gayism, tra- transgender bathroom, gay marriage, transgender bathroom, and marijuana legalization, and tattoos and piercings. Okay, those are I see those five things as the biggest problem that America is facing. So what are some root cause of that? I I have many friends. Okay, yeah. Well, I live by myself, and it's because I have many friends. Okay, kind of sound ironic and paradoxical, but because during the day, weekdays, I deal with so many people. Just like you, go to work, my colleagues at work, superiors, and yeah, and of course they are my friends too. But I have some other friends as well. After socialization during the weekdays, I want to take a break. That's why I live by myself. I want to be alone and have some quiet time. And so one of some of my friends, yeah, we talk politics, the kind of things that I talk here. I talk to my friends about those things, and some of them told me maybe those problems are not cause but more like a result. So there's cause and effect, right? So maybe we gotta trace back all the way back to the root cause of all the problems, like crimes, for example. So basically, some of my friends they're more like a symptom rather than cause. And I agree with that. And so I learn a lot from my friends. Okay, they are all smart people. So um, so symptoms like tattoos, all those things, they're probably like symptoms, right? So let's say you have a disease, okay, and what kind of disease? Okay, common cold. Okay, so virus. Uh, the cold virus is everywhere. Probably everybody has cold virus in their body, but not everybody who has cold virus in their body gets catch a cold. Not everybody. It's when your immune system is weakened, then you get catch a cold. It's the virus start to multiply, and your immune system is not quite blocking that multiplication, reproduction of this cold virus in your body. Okay, so cold virus take over your body, and then there are symptoms of common cold, like you feel cold because you have fever. So why do you feel cold? It's because, ironically, it's because your body temperature is actually higher. Okay, that's why you kind of feel cold. It's kind of strange, isn't it? It's because the sensation of coldness is the change of your body temperature. Okay. For example, your wooden furniture in your house, and you have some metallic object like spoon, okay, they are both room temperature, okay. Wood, piece of wood, like your chair or plastic, and your spoon, your metal, steel, stainless steel spoon or fork. So metal object and wooden object, they are all same room temperature, okay. But if you touch the metallic object like a spoon, you feel that's colder than when you touch on wooden object or plastic object. Why? Can you guess why? I give you like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It's because metallic object, they are good conductors, okay? Like steel or copper, all those, or aluminum. Yeah, they conduct the electricity, right? It's because the electrons in those metals, they can move freely, okay? That's why they are called conductors, okay? So, and they are not only good conductors of these electrons, they are also good conductors of temperature as well, because what's the so it has very small heat capacity, okay. So it's easier to heat it up and easier to cool it down, the metals, okay. It's because it is all about electrons, okay. Electrons move around very freely, and the heat, what is a heat in terms of physics? Heat is nothing but molecules vibrating, okay. Energy, vibrational energy. So electrons in those metallic objects, yeah, they move freely. That's why it's a good conductor for electricity and also good conductor for heat as well, okay. So your body is, how high is your body? Something like 90 some degree Fahrenheit, right? So, and your room temperature is what? 70 degrees, 60 degrees, 65, something like that, right? So yeah, your body is hotter than the room temperature, okay? That's why you constantly need to eat food, because in order to maintain your body temperature. Every second you are losing heat to your room temperature because your room temperature is lower than your body temperature, okay? So if you touch metal in your room, which is like this, ooh, it's cold, right? Why? Because you're losing body temperature. So you feel the coldness when on your skin temperature drops than your 90 some degrees body temperature. It's the change of your skin temperature, and that's how you perceive coldness or hotness. Okay, you have this sensory neurons, right? Sense the temperature perceptors on your skin, your nerves, right? Yeah, it detects the change in temperature. It's either something that's hotter than your body temperature or colder than your body temperature. So your skin detect the change in your skin temperature. Okay, that's the sensation of coldness or hotness. All right. But if I touch this plastic, it's it's the same temperature as this metal. Okay, it's in equilibrium. Okay, but I don't feel any coldness. Why? Because unlike this metal, this plastic or wood, they are not good conductors of temperature. Meaning, they don't change its temperature very easily, unlike metals. Metals change their temperature very easily, right? Because it's a low heat capacity. wood or plastic, they are not good conductors of electricity, and they are not good conductors of temperature either. So because so it's very difficult to heat up these plastics or wood compared to as opposed to the metals. Okay, so I touch this, it doesn't take my temperature away very well. That's why our clothings, they're not metals. There's no such a thing metallic clothing, right? All this like the fabrics, right? Plastics or plant based or fur based stuff. They are not metals. Okay, they don't. They are very bad, poor conductors of temperature, and that's why it can keep us warm, right? It blocks the temperature change. It prevents temperature change. Okay, our hair. That's why we have hair to, well, protect our brain. Okay, from temperature change. Also, it absorbs the shock. If somebody hit us like this, right? Some object hit us, it absorbs the shock. That's why we have hair. Why do we have eyebrows? You probably know, right? We sweat. We have eyebrows here and eyelash here. Yeah, it blocks the sweat from getting into our eyes, right? So yeah, every part of our body have some good reason uh, why they are there. Okay, so why are we talking about this? I have no idea. We're talking about causation and what it got us now. We're talking about temperature and whatnot. I have no idea how we got here talking about temperature. No idea, no idea. Whatever. Trying to trace back where the starting point of this discussion, but whatever. Today's Sunday anyway, so um, so causation. Okay. Let's say people who tattoo. We talked about this before. Okay. So why do they tattoo? Yeah, one of the reasons is sense of belonging. This metaphysical group, right? They want to belong to a majoritarian, somewhat powerful group, right? And that group doesn't have any physical border. It's more like international. They're everywhere. People who tattoo, who subscribe to tattooism. Yeah, once you get your first tattoo, then you are a member of that tattooism group. Okay, that's the price. You pay for your own tattoo, and that's the subscription fee. You take the pain of the needle, tattooing needle. Yeah, that's the price you pay to belong to this group. But once you belong to this group, and then you kind of get the sense of belonging, and it's like idolatry. Okay, back in the days of Old Testament, and yeah, it's the same thing, idolatry. Okay, back in the days of Moses, what did do? What did the Israelites do? So Moses went to this Sinai mountain to talk to God because he's an elite, the chosen one. Okay, just like Jesus or Abraham, Noah. Okay, they are moral elites. Okay, so yeah, he went to the mountain and Israelites asked Moses' brother Aaron, Where is Moses? We don't see him." "I don't know," Aaron said. So, okay, let's start worshiping this golden ox. Sounds stupid, right? But, oh well. Every single generation throughout the human history has done those things. It's, that's the form versus substance. Substance of idolatryism, it's been from the all the way from the beginning, okay, of humanity. All right, it does change the form, the appearance, the superficial appearance, but the form, I mean the substance of idolatry, ism, it always existed for thousands of years. Okay, for every generation they just switch the form, the outer appearance. Substance never changes. Okay, idolatry. Now, so so why do people commit idolatry and violate the Moses 10 Commandments? Why do they do that? It's okay. So they want to empower themselves by grouping, by forming the majority. Okay, mainstream. All right, that's why they do it. All right. So the gayism is same thing. It's pro-gayism, right? So and yeah, people they just love praising gayism. They kneel down, they bow down to gayism. Oh, how great are these transgender people? How awesome is all these gay people? That's what all they talk about, right? Yeah, left and right, all they're all the same. Conservatives nowadays we don't really have many conservatives anymore. Probably the majority of Republicans in America probably they support gay marriage by now. Okay, yeah. So anti-gayism is all but extinct. Majority of Christians, they probably in America probably support gay marriage as well and transgender phenomena. I'm pretty sure where no like Republican majority Republicans and majority Christians. I'm pretty sure they all support gay marriage and transgender bathroom, transgender surgery. Yeah, and schools and academia, like public schools, like middle schools and elementary schools. Yeah, they all support transgender surgery, transgender hormone therapy to children. Okay, so back in the Old Testament days, there's this pagan god, foreign god, you know, idolatry, where they would burn their children to God, their foreign god, human sacrifice. Okay, that sounds horrible, right? But that's what's going on in America right now, in the year 2018. Okay, transgender god, transgenderism, gayism. Yeah, they sacrifice their children to that foreign god, that god of gayism, which is the official American federal and state government religion. Transgender god, gayist god, gay god, marijuana god, idolatry. Yeah, people worship those things. Like nowadays, they came up with this hemp, cannabis, hemp, whatever. You put in everywhere. You put in the skin, put in the cookie. You eat it, you drink it, you put in the tea, you everything. Marijuana god. Marijuana is like omnipresent, omnipotent. Okay, cure all. It's like God, marijuana god, or gayist god, gayism god. Everything gay is good. So you have Ellen DeGeneres and Anderson Cooper and Rachel Maddow or something. Yeah, if you're gay, yeah, then you can become a big politician just because you're gay. Okay, because gayism is on top of the rank, ideological rank in America. People love gayism. You become a hero just if you declare yourself as gay person or transgender person. You become a hero. Everybody worships you. Back in the days they used to be bullied, right? But nowadays gay people, they used to be bullied, but nowadays they are the bullies. All right, so if you're gay, nobody can touch you. You're untouchable. Back in the day, they were bad, untouchable, but nowadays they are high, untouchable. Nobody can criticize you. If you criticize a gay person, then you may lose your job, or you may get sued in court. And just like the Denver, Colorado. I love Denver, Colorado. I've been there. Beautiful, one of the most beautiful city ever been to. Okay, fantastic people, fantastic city. But there was this baker, Christian baker, and probably they have like 100 bakers. But gay activists went to that single uh, gay, that single wedding baker. I bet 99 bakers. So let's assume there are 100 bakers, okay, in Denver, Colorado, and 99 of them probably would be willing to offer gay wedding cake for free, because nowadays people worship gay people, gayism. Okay, so yeah, they could have, those gay couple, male gay couple, could have went to any one of those and get a free gay wedding cake for their gay wedding, but they picked this one Christian baker who opposed gay marriage. It's a search and destroy mission. Okay, again, I'm not criticizing any people. I'm criticizing this ism, gayism. Okay, gayism is an evil devil. Okay, evil ideology that God created. All right, so God is both good and evil. Okay, in the eyes of humanology, God is 51% good and 49% evil. Okay, everything evil in this world is created by God. Not only that, there's no such a thing as freedom in the eyes of humanology. Everything that happens is dictated by God. It happens because God wanted it to happen, both good things and evil things. Okay, so yeah, and why does God do that? We talked about this before. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but he just want to make human history more interesting. Okay, struggle between good and evil. Okay, that's why it's fun, human history, and God probably is bored in heaven. That's why he probably have this big screen TV, right? He's just flips the channel. I'm sure that's what all he does in heaven. Okay, he's just a lazy ass God. Okay, he just create all these characters, good and evil characters, and he watched this. He just enjoy watching the struggle between good and evil. I'm sure that's what he does. Okay. Because what's the evidence of that? Oh well, the book of Genesis, the Bible itself. Okay, so human analysis takes position that Bible is the truth and Bible God is the real God. Okay, at least there's a hypothesis. All right. So God said, God created light and it was good. It was entertaining. God created human on the sixth day, and oh, that was very beautiful. God created animals, plants, yeah, they're beautiful. God created human being, very beautiful. Okay, so it's pleasing to his eyes. All right. Yeah, of course, we are made after God's image according to Bible. Okay, so but humanity is very open-minded. Okay, yeah, it does not preclude the possibility that God, Bible God, is not real God. Okay, it's we do acknowledge that possibility. Okay, but it's a hypothesis that is Bible God equals real God. Okay, and on a personal note, I do think Jesus was Son of God. Because just by reading what Jesus said, his ethics, in my experience, that's the most perfect ethical system. Okay, so I do think Jesus is from God. Okay, but yeah, as far as I know, yeah, I think that's true. Okay, but that's my personal opinion. I'm not asking you to believe in what I believe. All right. So causation. Okay. So causation. We talked about this. Okay. The root cause is lack of discipline. Okay. So you are not disciplined as okay. Let's say that person A and person B. Person A studies very hard, so person B he's lazy. So person A succeed, get very good grades, all A's in school, high school. So he goes to good college and get a fantastic job and get a beautiful wife. Okay, and beautiful kids, beautiful, wonderful career, making a lot of money, and then he dies. Okay, so that's person A. Person B, he's lazy, so because lack of discipline. Okay, so he doesn't do good in school, and so he doesn't get a high-paying job and doesn't, you know, maybe meet some mediocre wife and divorce, and then some doing some odd jobs, and so he resort to. So he's not happy, okay? So because he's not a successful person, okay? So it's not very. He doesn't make much money. He doesn't have the real career, and so he's not popular among girls because he doesn't have much money, much career going for him. So, but he needs somebody. Okay, so what does he do? He turned to idolatry because he's lonely. He doesn't get any girls. So, but he needs some people. So he resort to. But he's lonely. He gotta get some friends, right? So how does he get friends? By tattooing himself, piercing himself, becoming gay, becoming transgender. Yeah, then you have belong to a group, metaphysical group, right? Tattoo group, piercing group, and that's how he empower himself. Okay, because he doesn't have this real, genuine power through diligence, because he's not disciplined. Okay, that's person B. Then he dies. Okay, person A, he worked very hard. He in school he studied very hard and he got a job. He works very hard. So and he got fantastic wife and kids and he have many friends because he's rich. All right. I'm oversimplifying life. Okay, that's the key to modeling. Okay, the modeling, not in the wrong way. Fashion, that's fashion model, not that. Scientific modeling is about simplification. Okay, to understand our world. There's this fruit fly flying around, and it's very annoying, and I just killed it. I think. Okay, whatever. All right, so yeah, so model. Oh, you're oversimplifying life, but we have to. As a humanologist, we have to simplify. That's the method of science. Okay. So conservatives, Republicans, they love religion, right? But liberals, Democrats, they love science. Me, I'm half liberal, half conservative. I'm 51% conservative and 49% liberal. Okay. I'm a registered Republican, but I love science. Okay, science is more like Democrat, liberal thing, but I love science. Okay, um, and I love environments too. Right, that's another liberal thing about me. So, um, we were talking about causation. Okay, so person A and person B. Okay, we have to be scientific. We have to do modeling, scientific modeling of this human world, and we have to simplify things. Okay, so person A, he works very hard, so he succeeds in his life. He makes a lot of money. Person B, he's lazy. He's not disciplined, and he resort to these idolatrous things like tattoos, piercings, gayism, transgenderism, marijuanaism, all that stuff. Okay, so that's person B. Okay, so but I'm not blaming person B. That's the whole point of this discussion. It's the uneven distribution of this concept of discipline because some parents are disciplined, some parents are not disciplined. Okay, so A, person A happened to be born in this good parental environment. That's why he inherited the spirit of discipline from his parents. My so A is just lucky guy. B happened to be born in these parents who are not disciplined themselves, so they cannot discipline their child, person B, as he grew up. So he can become criminal, he can become thief, or he can just be reliant on government assistance with some fake mental disease, whatnot, right? Whatever, fake disability, PTSD, whatnot. Okay, so that's person B. All right. Okay, let's talk briefly about PTSD. Okay, not everybody who go to the war zone get PTSD. Only the weak people get PTSD. Okay, if you're a very strong person, you can handle those things. Yeah, you're killing people, or your friends dying in war zone, or you get wounded, or see all this gory bloody scene. If you're a very strong person, yeah, you can handle it. All right, but if you are not prepared for that kind of things, yeah, then you get PTSD. Okay, so if you are getting PTSD, it's because you're weak. All right, I'm sorry if it humanology is not for the faint of heart. Okay, humanology is not about emotionality, it's about rationality. So there is no reason for you to get all emotional and get angry at me. Okay, because we are not psychologists. We humanologists. We are not psychologists. We are not here to make money. We are not here to flatter you. No, we are here to tell you the truth. Okay? There are 100 people who go to the war zone as an infantryman, and 50 of them come back home and they're just fine. And the other 50 of them get PTSD, and they went to the same war zone. Why? Because the former 50 who just come to home and live normal life, they went to the war prepared. Okay? Because they are very strong people. The other 50, they are just weak people, and they went to war and they come home with PTSD. I'm not blaming you. You are weak. If you belong to the second group who get PTSD, then you are weak person, and it's not your fault though. It's just that you happen to be born in a parental environment that is not disciplined and that is weak. Your parents did not discipline you because they themselves are not disciplined. Okay, they themselves are weak people, so they could never make you strong because they are weak people, and so are you. Okay, you inherit the weakness from your parents, undisciplined weakness. Okay, it's not your fault. It's not your parents' fault either. It's the ancestry. Okay, that's why Bible talks about children of Abraham. Okay, God created all different people, and God chose the descendants of Abraham. God chose Abraham and his descendants as Israel, also as Middle Eastern, like Arab. So Abraham had Jacob and Esau. So the descendants of Esau became Arabs, and descendants of Jacob became Jews, right? Yeah, but so they are both chosen people. Okay, they are brothers. Okay, the Arabs, Israel is just one country. The rest of them, Arabs, Middle Easterns. Okay, they are by far more populous, more multitudinous than this one country, Israel. Okay, so they are both chosen people. Okay, they're from Abraham. Okay, so yeah, so basically, it's also about diversity as well. Diversity, okay? So God created all different people, and disciplined people and undisciplined people, okay? And it goes through inheritance. Your parents, grandparents, great grandparents, all is just this disciplinedness or undisciplinedness. Yeah, they inherit, okay? Because we don't have to think about genes. Okay, no. It's more like metaphysical genes, okay? Because my parents are very, very disciplined people, okay? My grandparents are disciplined too. So when I grew up, I spent a lot of time with my parents and my grandparents, both in father side and mother side, and they would not let me just sit there idly when I was a kid. They make me work. They would take me to hiking, okay? They make me do things, okay? That's how I got disciplined, okay? So if I do something wrong, they would discipline me, okay? They would punish me. So yeah, I'm lucky to have good parents and good grandparents, but I didn't choose them, okay? I was lucky to be born to good parents. So I don't deserve any credit for being disciplined as I am. And you don't deserve to be blamed for not being disciplined because you did not choose your parents. Okay? I'm not blaming anybody. Okay? You have to know this. Just don't get all emotional, angry. No, there's no need because there's a solution. You can discipline yourself. Okay? Self discipline. All right? Let's take a break. Okay, let's talk about the fate of idolatry, evil ideologies. Um, let's talk about that. What is the fate of all this fad, this trend, mainstream? Yeah, they come and go, okay? Look at Nazism, look at communism, okay? They all come and go because they don't have this logical foundation. So Jesus talked about this too. He talked about a house built on sand and a house built on a rock. Okay, that rock is this rational, logical foundation. All right. What is some horrible, stupid fad nowadays? Yeah, the five things we talk about. Okay, gay marriage, transgender bathroom, tattoos, piercings, and marijuana legalization. Okay, so but there are other things too, like Bitcoin. Okay, stupid thing, right? Is it an international currency? Well, we already have international currency. We call it dollars. Okay, so dollars is good enough. Okay, Bitcoin is bullshit. It's BS. Okay, it's idolatry. It's like golden ox, people worshiping it. That's all it is. Okay, so stock market is kind of like that. Okay, this housing bubble, so housing bubble during the George W. Bush era. Okay, stupid idea, right? Because American population is not growing. So what's the point of building new houses? What's wrong with living in an apartment? Okay. I have a house now because I make enough money, but back in I bought this house like 2 years ago. So nearly 4 decades of my entire life I lived in an apartment. Well, when my parents had condominium, so I grew up there. But that's about 2 decades of my life in Korea. But the latter 2 decades, I live in an apartment, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. That's about it. Efficiency, studio, apartment. Okay. For 2 decades. Okay. So nothing wrong with that. I didn't need a house. Nowadays I do. Okay. Because I grew up. Okay. I'm an adult. I gotta sing and dance and stuff, right? So I have 3 bedroom house in a half acre lot in Alaska. I'm not gonna tell you where. I live somewhere in Alaska. Okay. So what were we talking about? Get distracted a lot, which is fine. Let me turn off that light real quick. Um, So, yeah, idolatry. People want to make easy money by creating all this fad, this trend, this fake mainstream, like driverless car. Stupid idea, right? Because when I drive on a highway, there's this merging lane, ramp, the entry of from common street to the highway. I look at the driver's car and I don't get to see his face, but I have to read his mind. Is he gonna speed up or is he gonna slow down when the line merges from the ramp, highway ramp? I have to read his mind without even looking at his face. I cannot see his face. His window is tinted, so but just the way he drives. Okay, he's gonna speed up, so I should slow down. Or he's slowing down. Okay, then I should speed up so that we don't collide. Can computer software can do that? No. Okay, driverless car is a stupid and dangerous idea. We should not do it. Okay, space travel like Elon Musk or this Tesla, this electric car by Elon Musk. Stupid idea, right? Both of them. That's why, yeah. So yeah, when Elon Musk, he's PayPal guy, I think, he used to be a computer programmer, I think. He came up with all these stupid ideas of like space travel or solar panel is a good idea. Okay, solar panel. Yeah, I'm kind of liberal on this. Okay, yeah, we should have the solar farm in the Arizona or Californian desert. Then we can have this a lot of electricity because there's nothing there. Okay, there's no life, no rain. There's plenty of sunshine in the desert. Yeah, by all means, to have a solar farm there and make some electricity out of that. Okay, solar panel is good, but electric car I don't think it's such a good idea. Okay, because in terms of capitalism, I'm kind of conservative, meaning I am I am in favor of capitalism. Okay, so market economy. Okay, so solar panels is a good idea. Okay, but electric car, I don't think it's such a good idea. Okay, because right now electric car cannot compete with just gasoline based cars. Okay, because gasoline is cheap and electric car, how do you get electricity? Yeah, you can get solar panels, but you don't get much electricity from solar panels. Why? I give you like 10 seconds for this because it's not very easy question. It's a little bit involved. Okay. Think in terms of biology. All right, it's this, okay? Gasoline. What is gasoline? It's hydrocarbons, right? So you have CO2. You have one carbon, okay? What and through photosynthesis, you make a lot of carbons, okay? So you have CO2, covalent bond between carbon and dioxides, okay? And then through the photosynthesis, plants make carbohydrates. Okay, this H H H H H H H H H this long hydrocarbon chain. Okay, that's gasoline. All right, or fat or carbohydrates, and you have some oxygen here somewhere, some other molecules, whatever, other atoms. But basically, this long chain of carbons, okay, and the energy is stored in this bonding. It's a bonding energy, okay. Okay, so you in chemistry you talk about Gibbs free energy, okay, enthalpy, all that stuff. Okay, so it's this, okay? So carbohydrates, they have high energy, okay? So but this carbon dioxide have low energy, okay? So when you come from here to here, it's like downhill. It's like burning, fire, okay? To go from here to here is uphill battle. There's a photosynthesis that plants do. Okay? So this is burning, this is photosynthesis. Burning or breathing. You're consuming the energy that is stored in carbohydrates or fat or in protein, okay, or in alcohol. Okay? So burning, breaking down these chains, okay. So carbohydrates or fat, alcohol, they are long chain of carbon chains, okay, carbon atoms, and you're breaking down. That's breathing or burning or consumption of energy. So carbohydrates or fat, they are like kind of like batteries, okay. So what is photosynthesis? Plants absorb carbon dioxide from the air and then they build up this long carbon chains. That's photosynthesis. And how do they do that? Through the sunlight. Sunlight. Okay? So energy from the sun is getting stored into this carbon chain bonding energy. That's photosynthesis. Okay? And you get some water too. You water your plants. Sunshine and carbon dioxide in the air. Yeah, that's photosynthesis. What is water? H2O, right? So you get H from here, carbon from the air. So yeah, we talk about carbon footprint, but the thing about this whole global warming narrative rhetoric, I don't like global warming rhetoric. So I'm kind of on the side with Republican Party and Trump on this, okay? Because scientifically and logically, if there are a lot of carbon in the air, it's not a bad thing because it promotes photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is maximum when there are a lot of carbons in the air because they are the building material for carbohydrates. This photosynthesis. So a lot of carbon in the air is a good thing for plants because carbon dioxide is like food for plants for photosynthesis. Plants love carbon dioxide. It's their food. That's what they do to photosynthesize, okay? So carbon dioxide is not a bad thing, okay? Global warming. Yeah, I think there is global warming, okay? So, but again, it's a good thing. Why? Because plants photosynthesis is maximized when it's warmer. Look at Amazon, okay? Why there are so many plants in Amazon and this equatorial region? Because they have a lot of water, like rain, and they have a lot of carbon dioxide, and also the temperature is very high. Scientifically, biologically, photosynthesis is maximized when it's hot and when there's a lot of water and when there are a lot of carbon dioxides. So global warming is good for plants, good for photosynthesis. Okay? So the history of the earth is this. There are carbon dioxide floating in the air, okay, and plants absorb them, okay. So there's this ice age and de-ice age. So global temperature has been always up and down and up and down, up and down. Ice age, ice age, ice age. One hypothesis is this. Let's say there are a lot of carbon dioxide in the air and plants absorb. So when the temperature, so you have this temperature axis like Fahrenheit degree, okay, and let's say this is that's y-axis, the temperature, and x-axis is, let's say this is time, x-axis is time. So it's sine curve, sinusoidal curve in terms of temperature. You ice age, de-icing age, ice age, de-icing age, okay? And one hypothesis, why does it go up and down like this in the history of the earth? It could be some cosmic event where this tilting of the earth, maybe. That's one hypothesis. So it has nothing to do with biology. It has everything to do with physics and astronomy. That's one hypothesis. Second hypothesis is this. It's more has to do with biology, plants. Okay, let's say when the earth is very hot, Probably because there's a lot of CO2 in the air because it's a greenhouse effect, right? So there's a lot of carbon dioxide. It's like greenhouse. So the light comes in. Because carbon dioxide kind of transparent. It's like greenhouse with this transparent glass or vinyl, plastic, right? So it's transparent. So light, electromagnetic wave from sun comes in, and it becomes heat. Light energy converts into heat energy, but heat energy cannot penetrate the glass ceiling or vinyl, this transparent thing. The heat gets trapped inside of the greenhouse. Carbon dioxide have that kind of effect. It's transparent, so light energy comes in. Light energy hits the earth, and it becomes converts into heat energy, and now it's trapped because carbon dioxide kind of is like an insulator. Okay, so heat energy stays in. So earth temperature of the earth go up. Okay, so and then because there are a lot of carbon dioxide in the air, plants flourish. They become more and more plants. So they absorb the carbon dioxide from the air. They become carbohydrates and become wood or leaves. This plant body. So as there are less and less carbon dioxide in the air, now Earth cools down. That's the ice age. And thanks to the ice age, now temperature so low, the ice, the glaciers in the North Pole and South Pole, they expand because it's so cold. Now the sea level, sea level goes down because they are all froze up. So it opens up the Bering Sea land bridge. That's how our Asians crossed the Bering Bridge. Some brave ass Asians, okay? And they came to America. Okay, so very first people in America are Asians. It's not whites, it's not blacks, it's not Arabs, it's Asians like me, okay? They came from Asia to America, North America, like Canada, and then United States of America, and then down to Latin America. Because that's why Native Americans kind of look like me, Asians, okay? So yeah, Asians are the very first settlers of American continent, both North America and South America. I almost said North Korea, but well, I love North Korea. Okay, personally, I don't want to see North and South Korea united. I love the diversity of North and South Koreas, and North Koreans are great people, very smart people. Yeah, they need to do better, of course. But hey, who doesn't? Okay, every country have some weakness, and I love North Korea. Okay, it's just yeah, they need to be more humanitarian. Okay, but every country have some goods and bads. Look at America. We have gay people. We have all these crimes, but North Korea have no crimes. North Korea don't have any tattoo piercing, gay marriage, transgender bathroom, or marijuana. North Korea don't have that. So in those accounts, North Korea is better than America. North Korea don't have any obesity, sugar fatism, plastic surgeryism. North Korea have none of that. Okay, so yeah, there are things that North Korea is doing better than America. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, so we have this ice age, right? It is to so less and less carbon dioxide. So because plants absorb all the carbon dioxide and they store into their plant body, to this tree trunk, leaves, and some plants die, or they just shed their leaves in the autumn, and it gets buried into the ground, and that's what becomes coal or fossil fuel or gasoline. Okay, dead plants or dead animals or dead microorganisms. Okay, so carbon dioxide get buried, and what happens is earth under the ground, under the ground, underground, there's this heat and pressure. They condense all this carbohydrates, and they become oil, like gasoline, all that stuff. So that's fossil fuel. It's called fossil fuel because it's dead animals, dead plants, and dead microorganisms. Okay. So fossil fuel is condensation, this condensation of compact energy source, which is originally from sunlight, over thousands of years, over hundreds of years. So it's a very compact energy source from sunlight over centuries and millennia. Okay, that's why gasoline is such a fossil fuel is such a powerful energy source. Okay, because it is from sunlight, but it has been accumulated over centuries and for over millennia. Okay, so it's a very powerful, compact battery, biological battery. If you compare that with this solar panel, there is no competition. Okay, solar panel is just sunlight accumulated over a couple of days, couple of months, couple of years. Okay, so there is no comparison. You cannot compete. Solar panel cannot compete with fossil fuel because fossil fuel has been built up over centuries and millennia, while solar panel is been built up over a couple of days. It's thousands of years versus a couple of days. Okay, that's why fossil fuel is just far more efficient than solar panels. Okay? It's science, is logic. Same thing. Gay marriage is not going to survive because what's the history of gay marriage? A couple of decades. What's the history of heterosexuality? It's not just human history. No, it predates human history. It predates even mammalian history. It predates even vertebrate history. Okay, it's hundreds of millions of years of heterosexual reproduction history versus a couple of decades of gay marriage history. There's no comparison. That's why gay marriage is bound to fail. You cannot compete with heterosexuality. Okay? It's about millions of years versus couple of decades. Gay marriage versus heterosexual reproduction mode. That predates human history, predates mammalian history, predates vertebrate history. Okay? Even plants do male versus female kind of reproduction. Okay? There's no comparison. Even bacteria have something like that, heterosexual mode. There's this male bacteria and female bacteria. Male bacteria extend something that looks like penis, okay, to female bacteria, okay. So there's no comparison. So all this fad like marijuanaism, tattooism, piercism, gayism, transgenderism, it's all gonna go away, okay, because they don't have any logical foundation. It's a house built on sand. Okay? So my prediction is that they're gonna all go down, in a matter of years or decades. I don't know when. But it's bound to collapse. So that's why I'm telling you. If you subscribe to any of those evil ideologies, you need to get out right now. Why? Because when it collapses, you don't want to be in that house, that castle, when it collapses. Because it's going to be too late for you to get out. You need to get out right now. Okay? Don't, if you have piercings, just take them out. If you have tattoos, don't get any more. Save some money and get some laser surgery to get rid of all your tattoos. Okay? That's what you need to do. And if you're a gay person, that does not mean you are born gay. It's all lies. Yeah, this Lady Gaga, she's not gay. She married a man. Okay, she's just pro-gayist. Barack Obama, he's not gay. He's pro-gayist. Okay, they misled. Pope Francis, yeah, he's a pro-gayist. He approved gay marriage. Okay, all this celebrate. Yeah, Donald J. Trump, he's pro-gayist too. Yeah, passive one, but still. All right, he went to Elton John's gay wedding. He said, "Oh, what a beautiful couple they are." Okay, all these political figures, religious figures, celebrities, Hollywood personalities, celebrities. I don't blame them because they don't know. They are pro-gays. They advocate for gay marriage because they don't know if whether it's a good or bad. They think it's good. They just don't know it, that gay marriage is something horrible and something really bad and something ruinous and something destructive. They don't know, okay? So I don't blame them because to know why gay marriage is bad thing, it's not an easy thing. It took me like almost 200 pages of academic paper to prove that gay marriage is something very bad. It's online, it's okay, it's in the internet, so look it up, okay? But I'm not gonna make it easy for you. I'm not gonna tell you the title of that academic article that I wrote when I was in law school. You just have to look it up, okay? I'm not gonna make it easy for you, okay? Because I am all about discipline, okay? So you have to earn it, right? There's no free lunch. Okay. Let's take a break, okay? All right, we'll take a break. All right. All right, I took a break. I'm back. And so so far, if you have been following this, you probably can understand this polemical argument that I'm gonna make right now. That fossil fuel is a renewable energy. Why? Because plants carbon dioxide, they recycle carbon dioxide. Okay, they recycle carbon dioxide. It gets all recycled. Carbons, you don't have to worry about it. Carbon dioxide, carbon footprint, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, because plants reabsorb. Okay, there's cars. They use the fossil fuel, gasoline, and then they burn the car. Your engine burns the gasoline, and it goes into the air. It will get recycled by plants continuously. So carbon dioxide, this fossil fuel gets recycled, okay? Because photosynthesis is happening every single day, every single second, okay? So plants will produce, have been always producing these carbohydrates, and they die and they become fossil fuel. Fossil fuel is a continuous process, okay? We will never run out of fossil fuel, okay? As long as there are plants on Earth, or microorganisms. So people who worry about global warming, they do so because they don't understand science. Okay, so people who oppose global warming and the use of fossil fuel, they're mostly Democrats, right? And they claim they love science because they hate religion. To them, science is anti-religion, anti-Christianity. So they say they love science, but they don't know science like I do. Okay, I grew up in Korea. Okay, so and we, not we, well, yeah, Korea. I'm part Korean and part American. Okay, I'm not gonna deny that I have some Korean in me. Okay, yeah, I have. I'm Korean American. Okay, I love Korea. Okay, and I love being an Asian, and I have a thick accent, but it's part of my identity. Okay, so um, yeah, in Korea, just like China and Japan, they emphasize a lot of science in their education. It's not like America. Here, what do they learn in school nowadays? In high school, middle school, elementary school, you learn about gay marriage. Oh, how great is gay marriage? Oh, this diversity, equality. That's what they learn in school. So I say we get rid of schools, okay? Because they are not teaching good things in schools anymore. We just get rid of all the colleges and schools. Let them learn in YouTube and pass one exam, physics exam, math exam, and they get a license for it, okay? And so what should children do then? They should come to work, okay? So that's one of the campaign, my political presidential campaign agenda for 2020. Let's get rid of schools, okay? So then what should teachers do? Well, private tutoring over Skype. Yeah, children, they go to work. We should get rid of this child labor law that bans children from working. We should get rid of that law. That's why I have to be the president, so that I can work with the Congress, I can work with the governors and state legislators, so that we relax, we get rid of the child labor law, so that children can start working. They go to work during the day, weekdays. They come home, weekday nights and weekends, they study. In YouTube and Wikipedia, all those free online resources, and also some dirt cheap books from Amazon, like used books. They're very cheap, and knowledge don't change much if it's a good knowledge. So all the editions, yeah, they're still good because knowledge doesn't change if it's some good knowledge, okay? So yeah, all the editions in mathematics, physics, biology, let them buy and study on their own time after their work. during the days, on the weekdays. Weekday nights and weekends they study, and that's how I did my bar exam study for law school for to become a lawyer. Okay, so to pass the bar exam. So let's just generalize to every single school subjects like physics, mathematics, French, Portuguese. Yeah, let them just study on their own time and pass this one bar physics bar exam, mathematics bar exam, and they are licensed for it. Okay, you don't need school. Schools are not efficient. It's just too expensive. So my campaign is about giving money and power back to people, back to the people. Okay, so children, yeah, they're premature, they're smart, so they can work. Okay, during the day, I don't care how young they are. All right. Okay, so plants absorb all this carbon dioxide, so all cool down, so it gets cold, and plants die because it's just too cold. So that's the ice age. Okay, and now, how do we go up? I give you like 10 seconds for it. How does global temperature go up then? I'm taking like 1 minute, okay? Because I need more drinks. Okay, time's up. What do you think? What's your answer? Why do temperature go up? In this hypothesis, in this narrative, this scenario. It's because it's about competition, okay? So there are less plants, okay? So there are a lot of carbon dioxide. So there are less competition, so the surviving plants start to flourish. Okay. Okay. Well, before that, so yeah, there are some surviving plants that can survive in cold temperature, like pine trees, evergreens. Okay. So because there are less plants, what plants do is they absorb the carbon dioxide from the air and they ground all this carbon dioxide on the ground level and they go down under the ground. Okay. So there are less carbon dioxide in the air, so because plants all absorb them, right? But there are these animals who feed on the plants, so they breathe, right? All these microorganisms like fungi, fungus. They feed on the dead plants. So when plants are dead under the ground, underground, yeah, there are these microorganisms who feed on that plants and release the carbon dioxide back to the air. Okay? They are like cars who use gasoline and release the carbon dioxide back to the air from the ground. Okay, so yeah, carbon dioxide, there are more and more carbon dioxides in the air because animals they feed on the plants, and then microorganisms, yeah, they feed on the plants and they breathe and the carbon dioxide goes up again. Okay. And now that there are a lot of carbon dioxide in the air, the plants flourish, so they start reabsorbing. And once they reabsorb, there are a lot of plants, so there are a lot of plants, so there are a lot of rabbits. Okay, so rabbits release by breathing, feeding on these plants and breathing. They're like cars, okay? They consumes carbohydrates and they break it down and release the carbon dioxide as a breathing when they breathe out. So it goes up again. Okay? So that's a hypothesis, all right? It goes up and down, and we humans are part of ecosystem, okay? We are just like rabbits. Rabbits, they eat grass, they break down all this carbon chain and release the carbon dioxide. Cars, same way. It breaks down this carbohydrate, this gasoline, and release the carbon dioxide, okay? So yeah, there's nothing different, okay? That's why you don't need to worry about fossil fuel running out of gasoline on Earth. No. But solar panel is great. I like solar panels, okay? Yeah. It's a brand new industry in the Arizona or California desert. Yeah, by all means, build solar farms, okay? In America, make electricity, and yeah, it's a great idea, okay? But nobody's doing it, right? Because why? Because they're fucking stupid, okay? They invest on stupid things like electric cars or space travel or so yeah, Elon Musk is not doing very well nowadays, okay? But I predicted that, okay? Because this guy's like loose cannon, okay? Like it's not just Elon Musk, it's everybody in America except me. Okay. They do all this stupid driverless car, all this stupid ideas, Bitcoin, or because I'm not there. I'm just a small guy in Alaska. That's why I'm running for president, because I have all these great ideas and I want to share it with the world. And I make this video and nobody's watching it. Okay, so I kind of blame God. He gave me all this wisdom and great ideas, and nobody's paying attention. I made a movie and nobody's watching it, and there are a few people, like my family and friends, who watched my movie, and a couple of film festivals who accepted my movie. I'm very grateful, but that's not good enough. I have to be on the spotlight. It's not that I'm attention deficit disorder or adult attention deficit disorder. No, no. It's not that I crave attention. No. I am the smartest guy on earth that ever existed or ever will exist, except Jesus. I'm the smartest, and I want to share my knowledge and wisdom so that I can save the world be saved. And with this being a small guy in Alaska, I cannot save the world because I don't have any visibility. If I say something, nobody listens. If I have this on YouTube, right? This video footage, but nobody is watching me because I'm nobody. I have all these ideas that can save the world, but I cannot save the world because I have no power. That's why I'm running for president. And I don't think anybody will vote for me in 2020. Because they don't know me. And it's sad. It's not happening probably because God doesn't want it to happen. Maybe God does not want the world to be saved. Because if there is no more evil, then human history will be just too boring. I think that's why God is keeping me buried under the ground. And hey man, God is the owner and creator of the world, so he can do whatever he wants with it because he owns it. So nobody can tell, nobody can say that God is guilty of not saving the world because he can do whatever he wants. He's the single sole owner of the universe. So he's not guilty of anything. He cannot be guilty of anything. But I don't like it. I'm thanking God for letting me speak my mind like this. God is being nice. I'm speaking against God right now. And He's letting me. And I'm very grateful to God for letting me speak against Him. It's like Job, Job in the Old Testament. He said many bad things against God, but God gave him free will and he used it, and just like I'm doing now. It's not that I'm unhappy. I'm very happy. I'm thanking God and people who prayed for me because I believe in the power of prayer, and many people pray for me so that I pass the bar and get a good job, whatnot, and I'm very grateful. Okay, and so my prayer to God is this: please let me be the president of the United States and save the world because I can. All right. It's all about education, okay? And now I'm educating you, but you don't exist because you are not watching this. Okay, nobody's watching this. Nobody. I record this. I put it in the YouTube, and it's accessible 24/7 anywhere in the world. Nobody's watching this because I'm nobody. I'm not president, and so it's personally I have no problem with it because I don't depend on other people's perception for my happiness. I don't need people's attention to be happy. I just drink vodka just like I'm doing right now, and I do this recording and I'm happy, okay, because I speak my mind and drink my vodka with all this is willow tree leaves, okay, and this is a dandelion flower, and this is a fireweed flower. Yeah, so I'm happy. I work. I have a job. I have a car. I have a house. I don't have a girlfriend, but that's okay. I wish I did, but girls don't like me for the obvious reason. I'm against all the kind of things that they do. Sugar fetishism, tattoo piercism, marijuanaism, gayism. Yeah, I'm against all that stuff. So girls don't like that. That I'm going against the mainstream because that makes me powerless, minority. And girls, they are all about power. They are all about money. I at least try to be righteous and moral and ethical and fight for the righteousness. Girls don't appreciate those kind of things. Okay, I'm a loner and I fight for the right cause, and that makes me a minority. That makes me unpopular and powerless. And girls, they don't want to be with somebody who's minority and powerless. Okay, they would want to date a rich guy or powerful guy who side with mainstream, like gay marriage or transgender bathroom, marijuana legalization. Girl, because that's how women are. Okay, so that's why I get no dates. Because I'm against all the mainstream things. Okay, so Jesus said you cannot worship God and mammon. Mammon is like money, power, fame. That's mammon, okay? Mammonic things. Mainstream. So yeah, man, I cannot deny that Jesus, everything that Jesus ever said during his short life was the truth. Uh, More and more I live, longer and longer I live, I realize that Jesus really was the Son of God. I'm not biased. I left church once, okay, so but I came back, okay. I'll tell you that story later, but it's been 1 hour and 30 minutes, so let's take a break, okay? After break, I tell you all about it. Okay, I smoked just a little bit of cigarette and I'm back. Let me grab my glasses. Because when I smoke, I don't put on my glasses. So, I think we talked about this before, maybe, briefly. So, I was in Los Angeles and because I wanted to be a movie star. And yeah, I tried to be famous many times by writing articles, by making a movie, and yeah, I tried to be famous because it's to me, fame is a tool, great tool, probably the only tool to educate people to uh, yeah, spread this good ideology in you. Okay, I have to be famous in order to reach as many people as possible. And to me, I back in the days when I was in late 20s, like 15 years ago, yeah, I tried to be a movie star and to teach people, okay, to make good movie. And also, yeah, I wanted to be famous and just to be famous. But I was working as a full-time computer programmer, and during the weekday nights, I would edit the footage, and during the weekdays, I would go to Mojave Desert in California. Beautiful, beautiful desert. Okay, so I was working full time as a computer programmer in Los Angeles, and then during the weekends, I I I did this location scouting. Okay, so I was looking for a nice location to make my movie, film my movie. Okay, by myself, and I had this Chevy Corsica. I'm not gonna tell you the title of that movie, but you can find it online. Okay, I'm not gonna just give it to you. You have to look for it. All right. So, but it's online. Okay, it's free. So I made a movie, and I was making a movie. I did it all by myself without anybody knowing that I was making movie. And one day I was going to work in the morning in Los Angeles, and my car broke down. Okay, so I called my boss. Hey, I'll be late. I put my car in the mechanic shop, and they fixed my car, but it took a couple of hours. And the previous night, I was watching a documentary about people committing suicide. So they have actual footage. The documentary's title is The Bridge. It's the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Okay. So people were jumping off of that bridge, and they have actual footage of that. Okay, so I watched that movie the previous night, and I was so sad. So next morning, my car broke down, so I put my car in the mechanic. So I was just waiting for my car to be repaired, and I was thinking about that movie that I watched, documentary movie I watched the previous night, and then I was so sad, and I started to cry on the sidewalk next to a tree, sidewalk tree. And then I have this epiphany, small epiphany moment where so at the time I left the church and I was very secular. There was like early 2000s, so like 2008, 2009, 2007, something like that. Okay, I was very liberal. Okay, I have some friends who are gay. I was very liberal. I was in Los Angeles and making movies, and you know, working as an actor. And so I left church and I was liberal, more liberal, like 51% liberal. And I left church and secular, being very secular. And so I felt so sorry for those people who commit suicide. And then I start to cry while I was waiting until my car gets fixed in the morning. And then it was epiphany, okay, epiphany moment where I returned to Christianity. Okay, I grew up as a Methodist in Korea. Okay, and I was baptized as a Korean Presbyterian church somewhere in Wisconsin. And after that, yeah, I went to graduate school after undergrad in somewhere in Eastern Coast in Ivy League. It's not Harvard or Yale or Princeton, but some lower Ivy League. I'm not gonna tell you which one it is. Okay. So but I dropped out of the graduate PhD program in computational biology. That's why how I learned all this biology stuff. Okay, so I dropped out after 2 years, and I came to Los Angeles to be an actor, and I got a job. At first, when I came to Los Angeles back in 2006, I worked as a you know Subway sandwich or McDonald's drive-through. Then I got a full-time computer programmer job, and did some acting and small like student film or community theater. That does not make any money, but the competition is still fierce because it's good for your resume. This experience of acting. Okay, so I did that for a year, and then I decided to make my own movie because just being an actor was not good enough for me. So I wrote a screenplay, and I bought a camera Panasonic for like $2,700. So I had to take on a debt. It was very stressful. But I ended up making a movie. Okay, it was about a guy who is fed up with his city life, so he just drove to the desert, Mojave Desert, and having some spiritual encounters along the way in the desert. You may enjoy that movie. It's very avant-garde. Okay, so I made the movie. So I was in the middle of making that movie. It's a very secular theme, and then I had this epiphany. I don't even know how to pronounce that thing. Okay, epiphany moment, and then I rewrote the screenplay, the script, to make it in a more religious, spiritual theme. So I changed the theme of that movie. Okay, so I went on making that movie, and that was the story. Okay. All right. So back to this causation argument. Okay. So it does not matter what you have done in the past. Okay. That's the spirit of Christianity. Okay. It's about repentance. Nowadays, Christianity has become very pusillanimous. It's very weak. They go with the mainstream. Okay, they do not oppose gay marriage anymore because there's so many gay people in there. So they have even conduct gay marriage in their own churches, like Pope Francis, the head figure of Catholicism. He's very in line with the mainstream pro-gay marriage. Okay, so a lot of churches nowadays they conduct gay marriage ceremony in their churches. Okay, against their own Bible. Okay, that's today's Christianity, Christian churches, Catholics, Protestants, they're all the same. Okay, and they never oppose tattoos, piercings, when they still say, "Oh, our body is Church of God. Our body is the Church of God," and but they condone marijuana, tattoos, piercings, obesity. Look at all these pastors, preachers. They themselves are very, very obese. And Christianity is about discipline, it's about fasting, not feasting. But American churches don't practice fasting anymore. When I grew up in Korean churches, they practiced fasting. Okay? But that's what Jesus did. Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. Okay? So fasting is very Christian thing, but American churches don't do that anymore because it will be very unpopular, and they depend on other people coming to church and make the offerings, and they would never say anything against the mainstream, be it marijuana, gay marriage, transgender bathroom, tattoo piercings, sugar fat eating, plastic surgery, all these things. So that's today's Christianity, okay, or today's politics, today's American religions and politics. They just go along. They are not leaders. They are leadees. Okay, they are being led. They are not leading. Okay, it's not leadership, but it's leadership. Okay, that's politics and religion in America. Okay, including Donald J. Trump, including Barack Obama, including other senators and governors and congressmen. They're all the same. Okay, they are not leading. Okay, that's why I'm running for president. Okay, because this needs to change. So I have no children of my own, but I love children of America and children of the world. I wanna do my job as an adult. Okay, God gave me all this wisdom to me, knowledge, bravery, courage to me, but I don't think He did that. He did so just to satisfy my ego. I think He want me to change the world, save the world, and protect your children and grandchildren. Okay, I want to protect them. I want to do my part. I want to do my job. Okay, I want to make this world a better place, and so should you. Okay, so I'm not Jesus. I'm not Son of God. Okay, but I want to live like Jesus did. It's not like I want to be crucified. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to be crucified. But I want to at least try to save the world, and I want to live like Jesus did, and I want you to live like Jesus did. I want you to be Jesus's, okay? To save the world, okay? We don't have miraculous powers, okay? The most I can do is sing and dance and entertain people. I don't know. If I sing and dance, maybe you get disgusted. Okay. But I'm running for president of the United States of America because that's the way I can reach out to the most number of people in the world. Okay. If I never get there, yeah, I want you to do it. Okay. I will try. I'm still trying. Okay. I want you to, join me, okay, and save the world, okay? Just fight all this evil mainstream like gay marriage, trans in the bathroom, tattoo piercism, okay, marijuanaism. Yeah, they're evil things. They ruin people. They're a self-destructive trend that's dominating America right now, okay? I want you to fight against those things, okay, and save America, save our children, save our grandkids, okay? Because if we don't, then it will only go down. Okay, I went to this grocery store and there's a 7-year-old child, maybe 10-year-old child, a girl. She had this tattoo on her arm. 10-year-old kid having tattoos all over her arm. I've seen this, maybe she was like 13 or 15. She has this piercing all over her nose, her lips. Okay, I predicted this. My friends, they wouldn't believe me. I predicted that the age of tattoos and piercing will get lower and lower and lower, and they will start to tattoo and pierce their own children like underage kids. They would not believe me, and it is happening. Okay, underage children under 18 years old, they start to tattoo themselves, pierce themselves like nose, lips, and tongue. just it's because it's ideology. Okay, it has life of its own. It's like an animal or plant. It has this will to spread, reproduce, and propagate. Look at this gayism. How many children nowadays in elementary school want to be transgender or gay or lesbian? Can you believe this? It's happening in America right here. Not just America, in Australia, in Europe, all this Western, so-called the enlightened, civilized Western society, in Taiwan, or yeah, they become gay, transgender, whatever. And you don't know whether this is right thing to do or wrong thing to do. You don't know. And I'm educating you that it's wrong thing to do. And nobody's watching this. Nobody's listening to me. It's sad. Okay? I mean, personally, it doesn't bother me too much because I have my job. Of course, I can lose my job by telling you all this. It's public. I don't care. Okay? I'm Jesusian. I follow the footsteps of Jesus the Christ. In my opinion, yeah, Jesus is our only hope. Okay, so and if you are a real hardcore Christian like I am, you don't care. Okay, you don't care whether you die or not, because that we live for the justice and the righteousness. Okay, so that's religion. It's not logical. It's not rational. Okay, it's not about self-preservation. No, we are willing to die for Jesus. Okay, that's Christianity. Okay, something stupid. Okay, that's religion. It's not science. It's not logic. Like we started with this humanological, the first equation of humanology equals science plus religion. Okay, it's not all about science. No, it's about religion too. Okay, so let's stop here. Okay, good night. Happy Labor Day.